I'll take you to lunch. You're a good man. You brought M119 back on schedule, sir. I appreciate that. I'll take you to lunch. Okay, next up, we have somebody that's near and dear to Colonel Cotter. That's the PAO. Colonel Cotter is not shy of press or the ability to get out there and push the Army mission out there. Make sure people know the goodness that goes on here. So we're going to invite up Rhys full of love. Rhys? If he stands behind the podium, you'll never see him.
Well, that's kind of true. You know, they said Greg had to raise the microphone because he's a foot taller. I have to lower it because I'm a foot shorter than everyone else. So like I said, I am the PAO, but I think that has something to say. I am the third PAO that Colonel Cotter's had during his tour. Yep, 3. You see, the first PAO, Colonel Cotter took command, and guess what? 4 months later, he's like, I can't take it. Guess where he's at today? Iraq. He decided Iraq was better than staying around and being PAO. Second guy came in. I don't know what happened to him. For some reason, he decided the Corps of Engineers was better, and he was here only 11 months. So I saw this as a challenge. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm kind of young, but you know, I have my degree in public relations. I was at the Army Sustainment Command for 5 years. I followed generals and command sergeant majors around. You know, I even went to John Deere Corporate. I'm like, handling a colonel is going to be a breeze. Why would this be so hard? Well, all that training was completely wrong. What I really should have done was going out to Hollywood. I should have followed a publicist, you know, like a publicist for like, oh, maybe Tom Cruise. That would have better prepared me for following this man around. So let's face it, thanks to Mayor Photos, he kind of outlined all the things I did, but this man loves to be on TV and the newspaper. If you lived in the area for like the past 3 years, you could not go across a newspaper or TV station about once a month without seeing his shiny face. I went back and counted, and just the year and a half I've been here, out of the 4 TV stations, he's been on it 28 times, and in the 2 newspapers, 42 times.
And all good press.
And it does not count the Army stories and all the magazines. But, sir, I really got to tell you this, and it's going to sound harsh. You have an addiction. You have a very sad addiction. You know, what I really wanted to do, why we have all your friends and family here, was have a group intervention. But Brad really wouldn't let me do it, so I had to move on. But you know what? For being a grown man and wearing a proud eagle, being a colonel on your shirt, you're the biggest prima donna I've ever met. I swear, every night I would check my email after something in the picture of the paper. I look fat. It doesn't matter what uniform. ACUs, ASUs, no matter what class A's, I look fat. So, here's the story. I took this picture. It was a really great picture. I can't remember. Some VIP was in here. It went out on all the Army websites. It went to the AMC website. I think it even made it to the community relation page on the big Army website. He's like, I don't like that picture. I look fat. I'm like, how funny, sir? He's like, no, seriously, take it down. Take it down now. So I took the picture of it, and I get a call from AMC. What happened to that great picture? There were technical difficulties. So, you know, there's that whole thing. But then there's the whole speech writing thing. Have you ever heard this man talk? He says the weirdest things. Normal people don't say the things that come out of this man's mouth. Craig gave us some, but I'm just going to give you 2 real quick. My favorite, let's go cut some chips. Okay, I finally learned that's like an industry standard, but I swear for the first 6 months I was here, I really weren't sure if these chips even existed. The only chips I knew about were the big, little snack packs of Lay's that he always kept in his desk. I mean, how many people have been in a meeting where he has those chips and he's like, they're all dripping down the side. Maybe he offers you one that like falls off his face and gives it to you. So, I mean, seriously, that's the only chips I thought. And here's the one that just really bothers me, just really disturbs me. I'm not going to tell him how to suck the egg. Sir, do you have a lot of practice in sucking eggs? I mean, really, who sucks an egg? I mean, we all know you have a big mouth, but can you fit an egg really in there? I mean, I guess if that's your thing, who am I to stop you? But my only advice is if you're going to suck an egg, make sure it's not from Iowa lately. But I have to admit, he has a really great stage presence. I mean, even when everything is going completely wrong, he can pull it together in the end. I mean, earlier this year, he was speaking at this panel at the iWireless Center. There was like 500 to 800 people there. And he was up on stage, and he's like on a panel of 8 people. And all of a sudden, he starts acting real funny. I'm like, what is he doing? Then I noticed he was chewing on his pen. I don't know, maybe he thought it was a potato chip. I don't know. And then all of a sudden, it exploded in his mouth. Luckily, his battle buddy, Jerry Jackson, was standing right there, and he got out his handkerchief. He's like, quick, give me here. He's sitting there like, breaking in, pulling it up on his mouth. And he's like, God, I gotta get this done before I get cold on it. So he's doing it. Then I swear to God, it was like a nice little girl moment when he looks over at Jerry, he's like, do I gotta need my teeth?
Wasn't on.
I know. I could read your lips, sir. I think everyone there could. But you know what? He was able to get it done before the next question came. So, sir, you know, I look at this next position not as a next assignment, but what I really think is the Army sent you to Korea because they saw it as an exotic rehab place. No local media around, so they wanted to put you on the path to recovery. So, sir, we wish you all the best, and it's been an honor to work with you. Before I go, I got one gift that's not for me. It is from the entire RAA-JMTC family. This was kind of your wife's idea. As we all know, Colonel Cotter has baskets upon baskets of golf balls. Brenda alluded to it in her letter. And so she thought, you know, let's put these to good use. So Amy and I had this set up at my desk while you were gone. We had anybody who wanted to come by sign a golf ball, and we have over 100 golf balls. The sad part was, there was this big bucket of golf balls in his garage, and I took them, and the first day he got back, he realized they were missing.
Accountability.
Sir, I just hope these make the